Hey guys, what's up? Jacob Brady here. No one working the camera today, just propping it up against something, so, whatever. Hey, you're gonna have to excuse the noise, my little siblings are watching wrestling. But anyway, second episode of Creepypasta Analyzer coming at you now. Honestly, my little sister suggested I go for this topic, and I didn't think I'd find much. It's Wreck-It Ralph, and I found tons of creepypastas for this, and wow, just so much stuff. But one caught my eye. I kind of liked it, but at the same time, it's iffy. I'm gonna read that one. The concept's good. The writing needs work. So anyway, let's just get into it. Alright. Before I mention something disturbing, I just want to tell you, if you find anything like this, please do not download it, or else you may have this terrifying moment in your head forever. I was searching on the Pirate Bay site to find a high-quality Wreck-It Ralph DVD rip, and apparently I found upon a link called Wreck-It Ralph HD full, deleted scenes included. I went to click this, and the website had to refresh a few times. After it stopped refreshing, the information was hardly noticeable. The description only read, "Seed as much as you can. This torrent has the greatest Wreck-It Ralph movie yet, featuring HQ, HD, and deleted scenes." The download was just put today, and there were no comments. I went to go get this download, and it came up as it on uTorrent, ready for download, just as it was done, and the speed was so slow, so incredible. Too many viruses popped up, and it was terminating my whole computer. Before its disk reached full, I burned the entire Wreck-It Ralph stuff onto a DVD with Windows DVD Maker, a program you may have not heard of. It makes DVD menus. And then once I reinstalled the computer, I put the DVD in, and the DVD menu popped up. I was so excited, I went to go get some popcorn and some Coke. Then when I sat down, I was ready to watch the show. I clicked the play button. Things started to take a turn for the worse. It started off pretty normal about Wreck-It Ralph talking about his job, but in the middle of it, it went static. I heard King Candy's voice. It was so slow, screeching and deep. I couldn't help but shout, "Shut the F up," at the television. But then I heard something. King Candy was actually crying out something. He said it in such a scary act, like a terrifying voice from a horror movie. "It's game over for both of you." The scene went static for 5 minutes, and I was getting kind of shaky and a little tired of static. I almost fell asleep, but got up when it resumed with a loud buzzing beep. It was at the Diet Cola Hot Springs. Vanellope was there, and she was lying on her bed, sobbing heavily. She had been injured and she was bruised. She was crying in a realistic child's voice. "Why? Why did you do this to me?" Suddenly Wreck-It Ralph came over. He had bloodshot eyes like if he was on drugs. He asked Vanellope in a deep, distorted voice, "You alright? You look a little depressed." There came the violent twitching and static, with a line running up and down. A twitch of the second Penelope was limp. Then came up the next following scene with King Candy. King Candy was in a terrible state, with blood all over his body. He held a kitchen knife on his hands. He was laughing, and he did not look so good. He just looked so like in a mental illness. Dukan was asking him if he was alright. King Candy made no response. He whispered, "Find that glitch, destroy her cart. She can't be allowed to race." I love that sentence. He walked over to a secret basement, bashed open the door. What we saw was disgusting. There were loads of bodies laying around in a pool of blood. And there was Vanellope von Schweetz. She was mangled up, and her jaw was snapped. Her nose was bent right, and her body was cut open with all the intestines hanging out. King Candy started laughing again. This time he was glitching. He became Turbo, and really, he was going turbo. He ran up to brutally keep murdering Vanellope. We started hearing demonic voices, a kid screaming words like, "Sorry, Mom, please, don't hurt me. I love you, no, stop." And there was a deep murmuring. He kept shouting violently, "Glitch, glitch, glitch. Don't you take my thunder away from me." I puked out my popcorn and spewed out my drink. What is going on here? King Candy, now revealed as Turbo, started crying, and the tears were so realistic, like if they were coming from the TV. Next, he slit his body open and was cutting all of the intestines from it. He was laughing, though. He was injuring himself. Then came Wreck-It Ralph. He shouted, "What have you done to that kid?" Wreck-It Ralph came over and snapped King Candy's neck, then got a can of food from what appeared to be a fridge in his kitchen. This was what I was going. He has a kitchen. This is when I was going. He has a kitchen and a castle. Wreck-It Ralph came over with a can of food and clobbered King Candy's head, and left the can with King Candy's blood now on it by dropping it, and left the can. He then picked up a frying pan and, of course, did the same thing to King Candy. The next thing we saw is that King Candy was on the floor, in blood, and it looked so horrible and sick. Wreck-It Ralph then whispered with tears and anger, the pain will be more than real. The static came. Things were getting big here, though. There came the screaming from a woman. She was screaming in a temper, "Die, die, die!" A baby was choking to death. This may probably show that there was a strangling murder scene here. But then it stopped, and the credits rolled, but everything was silent. Apparently all the Wreck-It Ralph stuff was all this. I couldn't believe such a thing. My computer caught fire and I threw it out the window. It exploded. Apparently it overheated. I would never see such a thing again. I called Disney to see if they knew this. They mentioned, "Where did you find that? We were never supposed to let you know this little project. I'm sorry all of your dreams at Disney are crushed. They were cut off." I went to find the torrent, but apparently it was gone, and so was the user. I never bothered about this again, but it always stuck in my head forever. The murdering in the static was never recognized by the detectives or police. They said they will keep looking for it. Later, they gave up quickly. It was never heard of again. Okay, yeah, like I said, it's a good concept. I mean, granted, it's got its own cliches here and there. Like, you're on some pirating website and you find a movie you want to see. You rip it, weird crap happens. That's why, personally, I wait until at least a few people have seen it, and I've commented some things before I watch anything on YouTube. Go figure. Anyway, besides the writing, there are plot holes, though. The whole confusing part here is when Wreck-It Ralph gets the can out of the kitchen, and apparently it was in the castle, but they opened a secret basement. Okay, whatever. I guess I can overlook that, maybe. But still, it's kind of confusing. And then the thing going through the narrator's head, he has a kitchen and a castle. That's the strangest thing here. I'm pretty sure most castles have kitchens. I mean, what do they not eat in castles or something? I don't know. All I do know is that it's a decent concept. I just don't like how they executed it. The grammar was really bad. I mean, I had to correct myself several times because I actually tried to put in the correct versions of what should have been said, but they put in, all this weird crap. He held a kitchen knife on his hands. That's actually out of the story. I realize it should be in, and maybe it was just an accidental typo, but there are other things. I did try to read it word for word. Some of it I had to censor because if I said anything bad, my mom would find out and I'd be screwed. But anyway, and then there's just some of it that's so confusing. And, whose dead bodies were in the diet soda hot springs? Whose? Then Disney knew about the murders? I mean, come on. If the dude told the police about that, then wouldn't they start investigating Disney? I mean, come on. It would make sense to tell the police about your conversation with Disney if they do know something. And then, what cut off the Disney guy? Was it the person hanging up? What did the person on the other end of the line hang up? What's going on? I don't like how there was never a decent explanation given. Granted, yes, I can see King Candy going ballistic and killing Turbo. can't talk today. Killing Vanellope over her pretty much trying to steal the game back from him, even though he stole it to begin with. But all the same, like, no explanation. I gotta say, one would have been good. I mean, right? I don't know. You guys read and review, or no, read and review. God dang it, too much fan fiction writing. Comment, subscribe, something. I got 3 subscribers. Come on. Although one of them is a good friend from fanfiction. Maybe that's why I said read and review. Who knows? Anyway, just, I don't know. I want your guys' opinions. Tell me how I can make this channel better, by the way, and give me an idea for a creepypasta, because I don't want to keep reading this. This stuff, concepts are good. Writing's poor. Please give me something decent. I'll read the bad ones if you guys think it'd be fun to read them, but I need ideas, please. Thank you. I don't know, just... So tell me what you guys thought about it. If you liked it, try to defend what shreds of dignity this thing has. I'm sorry whoever wrote it if you're watching, but it's not that good. But anyway, if you liked it, let me know. If you didn't, hey, still let me know. Because honestly, I can do 100 videos that are all 15 minutes long on just the reasons that this is poorly executed. I mean, I liked it, but it's the truth. So like I said, comment, subscribe, like, dislike, whatever. I'm Jacob Brady, and you're hearing my little brother Thomas. If the mic's actually picking that up, I don't know if it is. And I guess I'm signing out for the night. Peace!